All right, it says we're live.
Live from our house, it's Who Picked This Buddy Read. Again, I freaking halfway through just panicked.
But you got it though. You got it right.
Because I always want to say, I can see your Who Picked This Book. So I want to start saying, Who Picked This Book Club? And I was like, it's not in real life club yet.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Hello, everyone. Nicole here.
Jen.
We already have people commenting, and I just love that. So we have Stacy. Stacy's here. She just discovered Bree Baker. So
Me too.
I love that for you because you have so many more books to read because
I know.
She writes under 4 different names. So of course we got Bree Baker, we got Julianne Lindsay, we got Julie Chase, and then we got Jacqueline Frost. So anything literally by those cozy mystery authors are just going to be gold for you. I am so excited. And then we got Nicole Johnson here. She's from our In Real Life Book Club. She's such a sweetheart. Thanks for joining, Nicole. And you said you were on book 3?
She's on book 3, chapter 3 or 6. Oh God!
Okay.
Don't quote me.
Quote me.
I just read it, but I don't remember.
And then Stacy said she's from Cleveland Heights, Ohio. Ooh, that's
I know someone in Ohio. I don't think it's Cleveland Heights though.
Arizona, of course. Nicole's from Arizona. Can you put those names in the chat? Of course I can. Let me do that right now.
Oh, good. Yeah. I was like, I can keep reading them, but you're not going to put them on this screen. So it's just it's counterproductive.
No,
so
it's totally fine.
Talk in the meantime. So this one time, I don't know. No, I'm not going to go with that. That's terrible, guys.
I just put it in the chat. So give it a second for it to come through for you. I'm finishing 3 still. That's what she said. Perfect. Aha.
Wait till you get to 4.
Book Princess 27. Hello, how are you? I love it. I love that everyone's here and so excited to discuss this book. I
want to say so much. 20 to 30 minutes. I've been told I have to wait 20 to 30 minutes. I will do that, but I want to talk so much. So much.
Like I said, we're going to have the first, 30 minutes of the live stream to be completely spoiler free. Completely, Jen, you hear me? Completely.
Okay, spoiler free for book 4. The rest of them are fair game.
And we have Savannah here. Hi, Savannah. And then we have Christine. Hi, Christine. It's completely be spoiler free just because I want people to be able to get in here, comment away, and to be eligible for the giveaway. Mm-hmm. We have Alicia here. Hi. I see that some of these are my newer subscribers, and I love you guys so much already. So I recently just got over 900 subscribers, and my heart is just so happy. I love every single one of you.
I was like, we could do a little party for all the new people. Ready? We do this occasionally, randomly, and it's never planned.
It's never planned. We sometimes have dance parties. Yeah, it's fine.
Along with just random talk, it's dance parties.
Tangents and dance parties. Yeah, Stacy, do not worry. We'll say explicitly we're going to be talking about the book now. So if you want to head out, you have that chance. So you don't have to worry about it getting it spoiled. So no worries. Book Princess. So close to me. How close are you from the end? Just
2 chapters.
Chapters halfway.
I wouldn't know. My copy is not supposed to get here until the 31st, and I was like, "Come on, Amazon!
Come on!"
I tried to go to Target and 6 other bookstores, but they didn't have it. And I was like, "Arizona is failing me right now."
No, it's because I was telling her, Barnes and Noble, they're doing the curbside pickup, and I took advantage. Let me tell you.
I should have. Coulda, woulda. Should have talked to you beforehand.
There was no way that I wasn't getting. I know I got the art copy, but I was like I needed
the regular one. That was a hefty one.
I know the art copy is has a lot of weight. It's I needed to get this book, support my favorite cozy mystery author. I needed to.
7% Book Princess is so close.
Alicia
was
said
like,
this was a great book. And then,
happening?
yeah, 87%. Oh, okay. You're like, you could, when I go through my post-it notes, when it gets to the to closer to the end, then you can leave. You could stay for a good chunk of the discussion because we kind of try to go in order, but.
Okay, so don't mention the killer until you get to that point with the post-it notes. Got it. Okay.
Got it.
I cannot guarantee things about Grady and Everly are not going to be discussed early on because we have to discuss that.
Oh my God.
I love them so
much. Ship them so much. I'm just like, come on. Like the angst in this series between the two of them is like real 100%. I'm just like, can y'all just figure your stuff out and like make out already?
The kiss at the end of book 3 was not enough. I needed more.
Kristen's here. Hi, how are you?
Oh, sorry about bugging them.
Oh, and of course, Nicole loves post-it notes. Yes, I have to have post-its, I used to write on the post-it. Now I'm being brave and like writing actually in the book. I know. I started doing that. Yeah, Alicia's like such a slow bird, like for real, the slowest
100%. And then every time they have like a step forward, there's like 5 months later, and she goes, "I haven't really talked to Grady in a while," and I was like, "You have to talk to him before there's a murder. Come on."
Seriously, like every time like book 1 or book 2 ends, and then like when the newer book starts, it's like I haven't talked to Brady in a long time. I was like, can y'all not please? Like,
you need to talk constantly. Oh, I almost said something about book 4. Don't worry, I'm good.
Stacy's like, I didn't sleep much last weekend because I was reading all the books in a marathon read.
That's how you have to do it. That's how I did it at the beginning. In our in real life book, we had the first 3.
Yep.
Early May, I think, at this point.
I think so, yeah.
Booked it through it in a solid 2 weeks, and it was very easy to read them all because they were wonderful and lovely, and I ended up having a lot of extra time after I finished reading all of them.
And she's like, I kind of ignored my family. That's fine. I'm sure they understand. It's one weekend.
Food, sleep. You don't need those things. You need answers.
Answers. Yeah, like seriously, like her books are so addicting. Like from the first page, I'm like so excited to get back into the town and like read about Everly and like her friends and Grady, of course. And I'm just like, oh my God, I love this world that she's built. Yes. Like she's so good. Like even from book number 1, like chapter 1, when she was talking about and describing the town and her little tea shop and her house. And I'm just like,
I want to go to her house.
God, yes. I want to go to her house. I want to go to her tea shop. I want to go to Charming Reads. I want to go to like her aunts, like, I want to go there so bad. Like all of like the local honey and like the bee balm. Like I was like, oh my God, I want it so bad.
And all the recipes too. The one, this isn't a spoiler, so it's a ginger peach tea in the 4th book. It sounded so delicious. Every time she mentioned the ginger pear, I was like, I want this tea so bad. And thank goodness there's a recipe in the back. That's the only thing I'll say right now about book 4. But it wasn't a spoiler, I swear. She mentions it in like chapter 1. That's it though. That's all I'll say.
Stacy was saying that she was so happy that she came across the event today. Like, we are too. Like, we're glad that you're here. I love it. And Alicia's saying, yes, the picture, it's just, I can just see it so clearly in my mind when I'm reading the books. She is so good. Like those descriptors,
If we went, we'd have to spend like a whole day in her tea shop. Like as soon as she opens, she'll just have to deal with us all day being like, okay, I'm going to try one of all 20 of your teas and feed me, please. Yes. Because so many of her foods sound delicious too.
That is so true. Like she's like, I have 20 teas like brewed in house. I'm just like, what? Like every day, 20 teas? Are you kidding me?
And I love that she keeps it to the 24-hour things. Now, I know this doesn't mean anything to anyone, but I'm really super glad that she put that fact within the book itself, because I used to work in a coffee tea shop and we could only keep tea for 24 hours because it did very much lose its flavor after 24 hours. So
she did her. That's awesome.
Yes. I love it so much when you find little tidbits about that it's just like point for you.
Like, yes. Her aunts are in the Golden Girls, 100%.
I love her aunt so much. I was like, can you adopt me? Is it maybe not related to Everly though, because she seems to be in danger a lot. So I'll just have to say the other half.
Hey, like she seems like she'd be like a really good friend, and if you became her friend, hello, like she would give you like free food and tea at her tea shop. Because honestly, I don't think anybody in this town pays for anything.
It's only the tourists, so that's where we're screwed.
Exactly. We have to be her friend.
Yeah. All right, I'll risk danger. Hopefully Grady will want to save me too.
Fingers crossed. Come on, Grady.
Well, I think you were the one. Oh, go ahead.
No, it's fine. I'll say Bree is here. Hi, how are you? And loves Everly's interactions with Grady. Honestly, like, yeah, like they're just them together are just everything. Honestly, I always just laugh out loud or I'm swooning at their conversations. It's one or the other. Anna is here. Anna, hi, how are you? She actually is the one that introduced me and Angela at the Cozy Mystery Book Club to Bree Baker.
She's a
like
hero.
Seriously,
Cheers to
a round of applause. A round of applause.
I have my tea in my hand. Come on. Wrong time to tell me to applause.
She is like seriously, like she's the MVP. I'm gonna now think of the Golden Girls now all the time.
Well, and speaking of that, I think you were the one that shared it with me that she got her inspiration for Grady from Stephen Amell from Arrow, and literally the entire time I was reading book 4, all I could imagine was him, and I was like, I see it. I 100% see it. I don't necessarily see Everly as Felicity because she doesn't have the brightest moments sometimes. But on the flip side, had she been too bright, I would have been upset that she knows too much. So it's like, there's a happy medium. She does have a happy medium. She is very intelligent, but I feel like Felicity level intelligent, it's hard to be there.
I did post on Facebook because I follow Baker on Facebook, and she said that her inspiration for Everly was actually awesome.
That's
so
right.
I was like, I could see it. I could see it. You know, she was saying that she was like a little bit curvier. She was like a little bit curvier, but it's like totally fine. And then Nicole was saying like, I could sit on the patio with Lou. Yes,
I was like
Lou and Maggie.
Yes. I was like, let's get Maggie in there. Although Maggie is a typical cat, she doesn't necessarily like people, in the sense that she wouldn't come if called. So it's like, Maggie is if you're lucky, you're lucky.
Honestly, she went to the Barnes & Noble and they didn't have it?
What? Blasphemy.
That is seriously
no better. Amazon told me that it was going to be here yesterday, and then they told me that it's going to be here Sunday now. So thank God Nicole let me borrow her copy so I could at least discuss this with you guys.
That's messed up.
Yeah, it is.
Nicole's like, thanks for that. And of course, Kristen, seriously, Everly and Grady is OTP. Honestly,
100%. OTP. 100%.
Everyone's like, and then she's like, takes a bow. I love it.
She deserved it. We got to do a slow round of applause. Good job. Now dance party.
Oh, Stacy, trying to order the books from my indie bookstore, but they've been very slow. Yeah, honestly, with those, the smaller shops, with everything that's going on right now, it's like, I'm surprised some shops are even open, honestly.
Yeah. Ours is opening June 1st.
Oh, I know. Yes. We gotta go. We gotta go. Alicia's like, oh yeah, 100%. She appreciates that Everly is curvy and more relatable.
Yes.
Fighting with her Fitbit.
Yes. Every time there's a mention of like, be more active. Yeah. Sometimes I'm sitting at work because I'm literally chained to my desk with a headset. And so I'm sitting there and it like beeps at you and it's like, would you like to move? And I was like, I would like to move, but stop judging me.
We got, yep. Bree is saying that Everly is impulsive. That is so true. She is so worried about the people who are, the suspects are usually always someone very close to her. Yeah. So she has a reason to go sleuthing and wanting to clear their name. So she cares a lot about people. It's like, that's one of the reasons, one of the things that I love about Everly is like she cares so much about people. And so yeah, it does get her into trouble. And honestly, I think it's going to give Grady an aneurysm or like an ulcer or something. Like seriously.
I think that's what blinds her to some of like the more obvious things. Cause it's like, she's like, I'm going to go ahead and get in the car with this person. I was like, don't. Like, it's clearly not a good idea. Like, don't get in the car with this person because I know for a fact that it's the killer. Like, don't do it.
Don't do it.
But understandable. She got to get in the car so then she can be rescued. Get me nervous though. How close to the edge are we going to get before we actually save you?
Christine has a point though. Like all of her, you know, like the fact that she's curvy and she's relatable and she's kind of clumsy at times, you know, and she's like very impulsive. You know, it's like it does make her more realistic, makes her very relatable. Because like how fun, like it wouldn't be so fun to read about a sleuther who just is always good at everything and never gets into trouble. Like how fun would that be? It would be fun.
Sorry, I read a couple comments down. When we get to it, I'll tell you why I chuckled.
Okay. Tanya Hill, hi, how are you? Bree Baker just shared the stream on Twitter. Yay! She's so lovely. I love her so much. She is the sweetest human being. Oops, sorry, I moved my computer.
How dare you?
Sorry. Earthquake.
It's not shaking over here. That doesn't work.
Stop trying to call me out, Jen.
Oh, then I'll shake mine. Earthquake, we got here later.
Gosh, come on. We only live like 5 minutes away from each other. Nicole, we definitely need a book trip. Like honestly, like especially with everything that's going on with the quarantine and things being closed, the one thing that I'm missing so much is just going book shopping.
Book Outlet has saved me because they're like it's the need to not necessarily even buy books, but just to like be able to look through them.
This is why you were laughing.
This is why I laughed. Yes.
I know. Like, this is why you're laughing. He's trying to prevent gray hair. I love that so much. I like honestly, like in the first like couple of books, like you could see like he's like counting to 10 as trying to like get. He's like, just breathe.
And I could totally imagine him doing it kind of just like one of these as well.
Or like looking up and like just praying for
just give me the patience I need.
Exactly. Being Everly's friend would be amazing. Danger and all. Yep.
Yeah, it would be worth it.
Honestly, it would be so worth it. Oh, Anna said she's working on Tide and Punishment. Yes, I love the Christmas stuff.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. Where do we live? We live in Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona. Well, Glendale. It's kind of like a smaller city off of the major Phoenix metropolitan area.
The Grand Canyon.
Grand Canyon. It's hot. It's like 110 degrees today.
It was 109 an hour and a half ago. And I tell you now, the sun is already like below the horizon and it's still 100 degrees. Mm-hmm. And in the house, it's about 80. So if I start to have like pit stains, I wholeheartedly apologize. I'm drinking hot tea.
You're drinking hot tea? She owns an iced tea shop, Jen. Come on.
She makes hot tea in the evening, okay? When she invites Grady over or when he pops on by, she makes him hot tea, okay? She drinks coffee too, all right? So there's coffee in my tea. Don't judge me.
I'm drinking iced tea, but the ice is melted. So
I have ice water right here that also has the ice melted, so that doesn't help. Hashtag Arizona summer.
Yeah, exactly. It's like we're already like we're not supposed to reach our first 110 degree day until like June. They were saying like second week of June, so we're a little early.
Yeah, no, we're in a heat wave. We've got five days where we're an intense heat advisory.
Yes, we do need iced tea. Yes.
It just takes so much to make. Oh, 80s, send it here.
Had snow 2 weeks ago. Yep. Oh my gosh.
I have a family that lives up in Minnesota and they talked about how it snowed in May. And I was like, how dare you talk about snow in May? Because I know for a fact that one of those days it was over 100 degrees.
She doesn't live in Phoenix. Get some iced tea, Jen.
I have to make it right, and I didn't have the time because I failed at life.
I wanted to make that
The
ginger
ginger
pear
peach?
tea out of this book,
I know.
but it has to simmer on the stove for 2 hours, and I'm like, "Well, I wanted it so bad." I'll have to make it this weekend, but I am doing the cooking cozy mystery recipes. Like I've decided to make that a like a series on my channel. So I'm definitely gonna have to do some Bree Baker stuff on there because how could I not? I mean, she's my favorite.
I'll come over for a taste test.
And
So
it's Sarah.
Canada. What part of
Sarah's here.
Canada? Now I want to know. I'm really interested.
I know. She had snow 2 weeks ago. I love Sarah. She's great. She's a part of my romance group on. Oh, I love it. Oh. And then Kristen, I refuse to go and check my mail earlier.
Yeah, 100%. There comes a point in the summer where you're like, is it worth it? Do I wait until it gets dark out? And then it's like you have to go in the morning because sometimes it doesn't leave the hundreds until after midnight. That's how hot it gets here. It stays 100 until midnight. It's been dark for at least 3 hours at that point.
Yeah. I think it's just because like of all like the cement and concrete and the asphalt roads, it's like that holds on to heat like so much.
Sucks.
So yeah, it stays really hot. I think there's more water and tea in those glasses.
True.
Typically there is, but it's strict. It's virgin today.
I was gonna have a Guinness, and then I was like, I can't. I have to have at least a tea, something or other. Yeah, I did mix tea and coffee. I know that that's blasphemous for some people, but in a tea latte, if it's usually a shot of espresso that you would put in there, but I added a little coffee, which if you do it with the right tea, is divine.
Oh, yeah. Divine. Oh yeah, like dirty chai tea lattes, like with espresso, so good.
I have a pomegranate blueberry, and let me just tell you, that one is also out of this world when you add a shot of espresso. I don't know what it is about the fruity flavor and then just like the bite of the coffee, but oh man, is it delicious.
It seems like it wouldn't go together with all those fruitiness going on, but
oh my gosh. But an
Anna, like we had hail today. We had 3 different seasons. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So I'll stick with the East Coast. Well, 2 hours north of us where we were camping over the weekend, it was like 20 degrees cooler. It was so nice. It was like actually getting into like the 40s at night.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just like, it's so crazy how you can just drive north 2 hours and just be almost like a completely different like terrain.
Are we allowed to curse? Is hell a curse word?
Hell a curse word. Yes,
like, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say that now.
I just got to go in there and just edit this so it's like
I said it quietly, so just
is this video for children? No.
I mean, we haven't started talking really about brain granny.
Gosh. Oh, thanks, Anna. I love it up there. I love camping up there. They're great.
Thank you,
Alicia. Technically.
She's got it.
One fish. She's got it. Chris is like, I took my trash out and had to drink a bunch of water.
Yeah, I believe it.
Oh, Nicole, you did say that you were up north too.
Yeah.
I mean, you just you have to just to escape.
Yeah. I think a bug flew in my eye. I'm gonna be real with you guys. So if I play with my eye, I apologize. I don't mean to freak you out, but it's darn that little bug.
That explains the TikToks. Honestly, I refuse to download TikTok because I would just take up so much more of my time. Wow.
Sage is on point too. Okay,
it's in the Bible. I mean, there's so many.
Still be
it's
child friendly. Oh goodness.
It's like, you know what? Like, don't even worry about it. Honestly, like, no censorship here.
So we've reached about 25 minutes. Okay, now we won't necessarily talk about the 4th book. Do we want to kind of go books 1 through 3 just to kind of give us a little extra push?
I mean, we can. We can talk about books 1 through 3.
Does anybody have questions aside from the weather in Arizona? I mean, feel free to talk about the weather in Arizona. I was like, we want to progressively go through them. I don't know.
Yeah, is there anything that anybody specifically wants to talk about with the books before we get into like book 4? Like books 1 through 3 is like fair game right now. So if there's anything that you want to talk about in those, or something that just like catches your eye, favorite quotes, what did we rate these books? What are we rating books that in this series? Like, what do we
And
say?
all of them at least a 4 or 5.
I gave every single book in this series 5 stars.
Yeah. I think if I gave it a 4, it was usually about a 4.5, but that's usually because if I could guess who it was, I was like, oh, but then who knows?
We need to have a charm meetup. I would love that so much.
Is Charm a real place?
I don't know.
Or did she like completely make it up? The Google machine.
The Google machine. Google, no.
Oh no.
Oh, yo, that's awesome. Yes.
Oh, Alicia said no, it's not a real place. I was wondering because Duck didn't sound like a real place either, but that was the neighboring city. So
when you were that, I was like, no, the neighboring town is not Duck. And then I went in there and saw, I was like, it's for sure freaking Duck.
That's the names in book 1. I was like, she must have been like sitting at her desk writing and then looked up and been like, Duck. That's the name of the town. I mean, it's a genius way to do it. It worked. It's cute. I loved it.
And of course, Lou. No. I mean, Lou is like, honestly, like, he's just like a mascot. Great. Oh yeah, Alaska has, yeah, it's like I would not be able to sleep there. You'd have to have like the blackout curtains, honestly.
As much as I love the idea of living in like a London area where it rains a bunch, because I love rain, I think I would miss the sun. Duck is real.
Oh, Duck is real.
She probably Googled that one and she was like, Duck, we're putting it in there.
Putting it in there just so people know, like, yeah, she created the town and that's not real, but then like with the surrounding towns, you kind of get like, the feel of where like it's at. Like I've never been like to that part of the East Coast, but I would so love to. I love the plot twist. I have been surprised by the killer until the last minute. 5 stars all the way.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, I think I only guessed the killer on one of them, but it's like
still, I loved it. I think it was book 3 because the first one I had no clue. I was like, and it's so funny too. Like in this,
I think it was book 2.
I won't say anything specific, but in book 4 I was reading and there was the first time, so I read it and like they would name someone, so they're like Joe Bob said hello, and I was like, Joe Bob's the killer, like that's who it is. And then Everly would immediately be like, oh, Joe Bob, he's suspicious, and I was like, can't be Joe Bob now.
She has her eye on Joe Bob. Like seriously, every single person that's introduced in any of these books, I'm just like, you are a suspect until proven innocent. Let me tell you.
Amelia was a suspect in Live and Let Chai. So her best friend, like I was like, okay, she's probably the one that's writing the book thing. But I was like, you know what? She seems a little shady. Like she's needing help. I'm like, is she doing this all on her own? And she's gonna like trap Everly as she's like filling her bookshelves. No, she's wonderful. I love her. I feel bad that I called her a criminal at one point, but everyone was a suspect.
Bree is saying her favorite moment is when Grady changed the password to Grady loves lemon cakes.
Baker got it.
I love that.
Oh my God, there's a scene in book 4, and I won't mention it right now, but actually Bree Baker did post on Instagram the quote, so I don't know if I'm allowed to say it because of that.
I would just wait.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
No, dang. I'm trying as spoiler free for the book 4 as possible. I mean, come on.
I'm trying. I just want to talk so much about certain things. You all know what it is. So if you guys follow Bree Baker and you've read book 4 and you've seen the thing, let's just say there's a moment with Denver.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. So let's just
That's why I stopped. But that way, if
we're gonna talk about that.
Book, they know what I'm talking about.
She, Kristen, she is so sweet, so sweet.
She said she liked Jack Ryan. For all of you that don't know, Jack Ryan's my cat. I posted a picture and she said your cat is really cute, and I was like so happy about that. I was like, yay! I want a Lou, yeah.
Yeah, Alu. And honestly, like you guys, if you want to follow like me or Jen and like all the social medias, they're in the description box. So if you want to see Jack Ryan, if you want to, more on the,
Good.
buddy reads that we're going to be doing, the live streams, like totally check it out.
I do a 365 project, so he is on there a lot. And I recently went somewhere with peacocks, and those are also all over the place. So if you're tired of those, suck it. But thank you.
Alicia has been to Duck. That's amazing.
Ah, how is it? Is it a cute little town? Tell us more.
4 more stars. Yes, yes.
Yep.
Book 3, you had an inkling of who the killer was. Got it.
Book 3 is the one that I might have. Yeah.
I love I just love all the characters in the book because like as Nicole was saying, they're so relatable, and it's just like she writes a realness to these characters and you just love them. You love them to death, the pieces.
Oh yeah. And then when someone's getting accused by Grady, he doesn't want to do it, but I was like, Grady, I swear to God, if you put this person in jail, like we're not friends anymore.
We're not friends. I know. Oh my gosh. In the first book when it's like when like her basically like she's a suspect, Everly was a suspect in the first book, and she was like so appalled. She's like, I'm a suspect.
Where are you?
Where are you?
And then her mom, was it on the second one? The third one. Oh gosh.
The third one.
The second one was the marriage.
Yes.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
I read them so quickly together. I'm like, which one was which one? And carry the 4 and add the 12 and 12 by 2 and yeah.
Yeah. I've never been to North Carolina. I need to go.
Let's do it. And we'll go with all the bookstores on the way there and all the way back. Whole country book trip.
Yeah, exactly. Based in Ohio, and while this town. Was it Assaulted Caramel by Amanda Flower? That's the book for the Cozy Mystery Book Club that was discussed yesterday. I tried my best to read it all today. I decided listening to you was worth any spoil. That's so sweet.
Oh, thank you. Hopefully we kept it spoiler free enough so far. I'm proud of myself. I really didn't think I was going to make it.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. You cannot.
Because we didn't even get together beforehand to talk about this. So I have been sitting on this book for at least a week, not being able to talk to anyone. And I'm just like, there's so many things.
You read it before I did. You read it before I did, and then I had to get the book. Yeah.
This is the hardest thing in the world because Nicole will ultimately always almost read a book before me, so I can just like text her as I'm reading it. And I had to mum's the word. I had to put notes down, guys, because I needed to talk to somebody, even if it was writing to myself.
That's awesome. Just like Stacey saying, yes, it was Assaulted Caramel. I love that. That was a good book too. Love Everly's best friend. Oh yes. Oh my gosh. I love her dad. I want to like reading more about like the little libraries that she has set up around Charm. And I was like, I need to build one of those and just have it in front of my house. Like I need to.
Across the street. And it's the most wonderful thing. I didn't think very many people would use it, but once you go over there, if you check it like once a week, you can see people put books in, people take books out. So it's really lovely.
Awesome. I'm so jealous of that. I need to build one and install it.
It's really hot outside though, so not many people are going to want to sit and stare at it. But at least COVID can bake out of it in the little tiny box.
That's true. That's true. Yes, it's going to be like an oven.
Amanda
Flower is best friends with one of my coworkers. That is amazing. Oh. Little libraries are just like the best, honestly.
Oh yeah, they are.
All over my town, honestly. I think there's actually a website. I think I learned this from April. We have a little group with April that she said like there's a website where you can go on there and look at the little libraries that are in your town. We should Google it if we need to make it a thing.
Yeah.
Yes, pantries. Yes. I love that. It's so hard not to be able to talk about it.
And I'm the worst too. Like if I know that someone's read it, I will talk.
I could talk about this. I could talk about this series for ages.
Forever. I'm gonna be honest with you. When you first told me to read this, you know how when someone's like, you gotta read this, and you're like, all right, I'll read it.
All right.
And then you get into it and you're not expecting it to be great, but then it's just like, oh my God, this is amazing. Why did I wait so long? This was one of those book series.
It's like, why did we sleep on this series for so long?
Because I have a million things to read. So unless if you make it an event, I'm going to be very hard to just like sneak it in. So thank you for making an event and forcing me to read all 3 of them in a short period of time.
Webcams for little libraries. Creepy your therapy. You could put like a Ring doorbell in there just to see how much traffic you get.
Oh, is that a violation of privacy?
I don't know. If it's technically going to be on my property.
I mean, I guess what you could do is just make sure you have a roof and then you put the Ring on the inside wall. So then it picks the movement up if like the door opens, and then that's how you know, and then you're not being a creeper looking at the people. Solve the problem.
Solve the problem. Everyone loves the little libraries. I'm going to do it. I'm going to make one. And you're going to help me, Jen.
Okay. Can we wait until it's not like an oven outside? Because there's
at least think. I at least think about walking to a little library in 100-degree weather. For sure. I would probably like drive. I would just drive around.
True. Oh. You could get there early in the morning.
Oh, Anna's saying that she did. She's used that website before for the little library. So yeah.
We're really gonna have to investigate. Who's watching?
Depends on who's watching.
100% true. 100% true. Good call out.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes. There's something just about, I mean, I've read a few cozy mysteries, but this one just.
I will say that the other 2 were garbage compared to this, so. And I will say it's like one of them was a dumpster fire. You know which one I'm talking about.
I know exactly which one you're talking about.
Dumpster fire in the middle of Arizona in like a sewage plant. Like it was hard. And I know that that's very harsh to say. And I give the author props. It was her first book in the first series. I will attempt to read books 2 and 3. But I'm going to be 100% real. Bree Baker, because I've only read anything by Bree Baker, not any of her other names. She's kind of ruined me. So anyone else who wants to read me for
other cozies. She's ruined me for other cozy mysteries. It's like, honestly, like these books just hit different. They just, they have, maybe it's because of the romance, because I did read Bree Baker put, I think it was a tweet. She put it somewhere out there. Like she gets kind of like a lot of slack for the romances that she has in her cozy mysteries. I'm like, no, girl, keep them coming. Like I love the romance.
You want to write some fiction for some fans about Grady and Everly? Like, I think you have an audience. Nicole and I will be there.
Oh my gosh. As like a little bit like extended scenes, if you know what I mean. Wink. It's like, please.
But it's so good because it's such a, like, it's a nice undertone, but it makes the story wonderful. And
yeah.
Okay, so this is going to be a book 4 reference, but it's not going to be a huge spoiler because it's, you know, it's coming. So when Everly gets threatened, because she always gets threatened, it's like Grady's first words is like, so you've been threatened already. It's like the person died like 20 minutes ago. And it was just the cutest little line. And so it's just, they're kind of back and forth in their chemistry together. And it's wonderful. And I love it so much. X-rated cozies. I'm going ahead to her, Anna. Yes. Sorry, that's what it could be.
I'm sorry, X-rated cozies. Yes, please.
I have an idea. So maybe there's some like love within charm. It's charming. And they have to investigate it together because you have to go in as a pair. I'm just saying, it could work.
It could work.
Nicole, write it.
Write the fan fiction, please. Back to the little libraries. Anna say, you can say hello, thank you. That's so good. Oh my god, that'd be one of those things of like people like posting like the recordings for The Ring on like Facebook or TikTok or whatever.
Even better is you could figure out what book they're picking up and being like, that's not a good one. I don't recommend it for you. I put it in there to get it out. Or being like, that's a
like,
5-star
you're gonna love
read.
that one. You're gonna love that one.
Wait till chapter 51. You know what book I'm talking about. 55. Dang it, so close.
55, yes, 55.
At least
Make
I
it a
realized
drive-through. Yeah, that's like a must. And
yes. There's a drive-through coffee shop, so why not have a drive-through bookstore?
yeah. Well,
That's
they're
kinda what
doing like
right now, so
they're doing like the curbside pickup where they just come out, but like you can literally just like drive around and give them your name and here's your order. Yes. Yes. Solid ideas here.
I was like, who's watching this? Someone, it's $1 million idea, guys. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like there's like these are so cute. These covers, like honestly, I'm just gonna I have them all back here. So these covers are so cute.
There. I like the next one too. The one that she has coming out in, is it November or December? I think it's December.
Yeah.
That one's
These
so
covers. Look at
losing all of them. Woo, woo.
Yeah, for her for the next book that comes out.
Already pre-ordered. Hopefully it gets here early.
Lou's wearing a little pirate hat. I just think that's the cutest thing.
Oh.
Everly needs to meet Winnie from this apple cider series. Yes.
Oh, you told me to read those. Okay.
Yes, I have told you. Yes.
Put it on my TBR. Lou on a parrot hat. Now I'm just looking at comments. They're like, "Come on, Nicole, hurry up! I'm reading ahead."
don't read ahead.
I keep helping.
Bree sets the bar high.
She really does.
Nicole, and I love that for you. Like, if you need the cozy mystery Rex, I got you. I got you.
Oh, me?
I love the romance in these books. Yes. I wish there was more too. Yes. X-rated cozies. Yes. I wish I had book number 4 to read right now. It's so good. So good. Anna, you're so cute. You're so
Are there
cute.
pictures there? Because it's just little squares for me.
They're just little squares. Oh no. Some people have pictures, but some other people don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can only see squares.
Can only see squares? Love Lou. Yes, Lou with a pirate hat. Oh gosh. So cute. We've been cleaning and purging the house.
We all know
You know what? You don't. You know, my physical book library is the bane of my husband's existence. Like he's like, okay, when I build these bookshelves and you fill them up, you can't buy any more books. And I'm like, that's not how this works. You need to build more bookshelves as I'm buying more books. Like
I have no shelf control. I need you to continue making shelves for me. Thank you.
Please, thank you.
Oh.
Nicole needs book 4. Yes. Just say you don't know where they came from. Or just say they were a gift. Say they were a gift from somebody. Blame me. That's fine. Blame me. Like, this girl got them for me. She's so nice. Like, yeah. Do it.
And then just play our VSNA book sale, our book haul from like 2 years ago that we posted, and then just being like, look at all of the books that she got. Okay, some of these are the ones that she gave me. Just make sure you play it really fast so they can't look at titles.
Yes, exactly. Just blame me. I do have a big box to go to. Get some credit for some new stuff.
True.
All right. True. So, anything else that we want to talk non-spoilery before we get into book number 4? The spoileries.
Because I sit on the edge of my seat being like,
because I can, like, Jen is literally about to, like, just explode out of her seat.
Out of my seat.
Like, hey, let's talk about book 4. So I'll wait.
Because that's where I really want to go.
I'll make sure to check gift receipt. It's like, oh yeah, this. I totally blame it on me. That's fine. I'm in a different state. It's fine. So let's do another couple minutes, and then we're gonna we're just going to go into talking about book 4. So
I don't want to be spoiled, but I want to be spoiled. Exactly.
isn't that the truth? No truer words have been spoken. Like, I want to know what happens, but I want to be surprised.
I will refrain from saying anything about the killer, if that helps, until we get to the end portion of the book. So we'll try to go at least chronologically as much as we can.
Yeah, it helps that, when I go through the Post-it notes, it helps keep us kind of in kind of order. We do obviously tangents left and right.
Oh yeah, 100%.
100%. But yeah, so I mean, so if you want to stay and want to be spoiled, that's totally fine. But we're gonna be talking about the 4th book now. So
and okay,
so book is happening.
Start here. I did not know until pages before who it was gonna be. I'll keep it at that. It's just literally anytime anyone was introduced, like they mentioned Odette, like literally, like I said again, her name was mentioned once. She was like, Odette was her what was it, assistant, and I was like, dang it, Odette's it, like assistant, like check one against you. The killer person, lady, the person that got killed. I can't talk right now. I'm too excited that we're talking about it. I was like,
she's like, yes, we're talking about the book.
2 strikes, you're out. Like, you're it. And then immediately she goes to Grady and she's like, have you researched Odette? And I go, Odette can't be it now. Like, we're talking about her way too soon.
We're talking about her. Stacy, thank you so much for joining us. You are so welcome. She says, I'm out. Next step.
You can always watch it later once you've gotten the book.
Oh yeah, Mitzi's last name, Cal. I was like, what?
Yeah,
what a name. I honestly, I was kind of. So we're talking about like very first part. This happens like end of chapter 1. We Mitzi, we find Mitzi, she's allergic to bees and she's in the bee container of, her aunt's place because they're doing a bee documentary. And I was like, that's just so important. But I was really sad because I was like, Mitzi knew her grandma and
who the grandfather was. We were going to have information.
Like so much information, just no. I mean, it's sad that you're dead, but come on.
Like you couldn't have held out for at least 1 or 2 chapters. Like, come on.
But as soon as she's like, "Well, we'll talk after this," I'm like, "That's like the quintessential."
I knew she was gone at that point.
That you knew it. It's like they ain't never gonna talk. I knew it. I knew it.
And I don't know if you're going to read the little post-its or if you took out the post-its that I kept in there for you, but literally the end of chapter 1, she's in the box with the bees. And I was like, well, that's a buzzkill. And I go, is it too soon for her bee puns?
Oh my God. The bee puns not only were the threats that Everly were getting against, like, because she, Everly, she, she's going to be sleuthing and the killer's going to be like, sending her death threats or you're going to be sorry. And it's like they're bee puns. And I'm like, that's amazing. But not only are the text messages bee puns, but the writing in the book, like Bree Baker put bee puns in here. And I was like, oh my God, that is so funny.
It reminded me, oh my gosh, I think it was book 3 when they were talking about the gnomes and they had the gnome pun for like the whole like last half of the paragraph or chapter. Yes. It was wonderful and I loved it so much.
I love that. And like her aunt was like, so like, don't say that. It's not the gnome's fault. And they just kept going. I was dying laughing.
I felt so bad too because she took it so personally. And I was like, okay, first of all, gnomes would have freaked me out. Like I can't do claymation and some gnomes, they just look way too creepy. So I was all for like the gnomes, what'd she call them? The murder gnomes. So I was like, okay, murder gnomes that's where my mind goes when I see them. I'm like, they're going to kill you. So
yeah. Mm-hmm. Book Princess 27 was gutted too. That Mitzi is like, so many answers, just we're not going to get now, I think we need to see the Bee-pocalypse mini-film.
Yes, that'd be so awesome.
Oh, awesome.
But we don't need to see Wyatt in there. Okay, as much as I loved Wyatt a little bit, and when he started like buzzing around in book number 3, I was like, you need to see yourself out of this conversation.
We're gonna have bee puns during the live stream.
I'm gonna attempt it. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna try, guys. Garden Devils, 100%.
Garden Devils.
Except for when they're dressed up
yeah.
as cute little sport characters, because then they can sometimes be adorable. But other than that, they freak me the hell out. We discovered hell is a place, so we're good.
It's
in
fine.
the Bible.
We're good. If it's in the Bible, you can say it. It's fine. You want to see the little, yes, like I want to see their little documentary. I think that would be so cute. This is fantastic.
My goal is to make Nicole Smoker laugh at some point with one of my.
Oh my gosh, that happened last week.
It was wonderful. But yeah, usually when you start to smoke or laugh, I do too. We just go off on it. That we can't breathe, and then it's, makeup streaming down our face.
Then we're just laughing at each other's laugh, and we forgot what we were laughing about.
Yes.
Christine, yes.
Can I just say,
oh my God, 100%. I'm like,
when he calls her E, I'm just like, she has a full name. It's Everly. Grady uses Everly, so will you. I get it.
Honestly,
their relationship, but
they have a past. I get it, but honestly, his whole 180 the other way, kind of this whole book. He's like, oh, I don't want a rodeo anymore. I'm going to stay in charm. I'm just like, okay, she wanted to settle down and stay, but now you want to. Oh,
I was so nervous in that conversation where they were going to try and have something together, and I was like, Bree Baker, if you write this right now, I will throw this book in the freezer so fast. Don't even test me.
Don't even. Her and Grady belong together.
I know, but I do like that she's starting to put certain couples together, Ryan and Amelia, and I don't know if we want to talk about Wyatt and the other person.
I mean,
are we allowed to spoil that? Okay, so Wyatt and Denise are kind of starting to be a little closer, but I think that Denise can handle her, especially because she flipped him over. Oh, that was Ryan. Was it Ryan?
Yeah, Denise flipped Ryan over. I was laughing.
He was like, "Hi, yeah," and
he didn't. He's like, "Put your hands in the air," or "Put your hands up," and I was like, "How do you expect people to react? I mean, come on."
Oh my gosh.
It wouldn't be a cozy without a love triangle. That's true, but I'm just like, no, we've already. I don't want it either. It's just we've already, got the Grady, Everly established. I don't know. Not
although if Grady doesn't pick up his feet and start doing anything, exactly,
you had your chance.
I could see her writing another character where she starts to fall in love because Grady is taking so freaking long.
Oh yeah, Grady.
But I also, the end of this book, they were.
Wyatt needs to go ride an animal and leave Everly alone. He needs to take a long walk off of a short pier.
And swim away.
Just swim away. Honestly, yeah, the fact that he doesn't, he even said in multiple books, not just in this book, in multiple books, that he's like, I have issues opening up and, keeping secrets. And I'm like, yes, I understand. But you can't just kiss somebody and then not speak to them for months.
I feel like he opens up to her though. Randomly all of a sudden he'll start talking about something very personal. And I was just like, who's this guy? You must trust her somehow. You realize what you're doing subconsciously. You are talking about your past.
Yes.
Just go home with her. Denver likes her, so Denise likes her.
Oh my God.
The grandparents are starting to like her. He needs to buzz off. They're a missed opportunity. Dang it.
Missed opportunity. But yeah, Alicia got you. Alicia got you. Don't even.
Everyone
we still got the B pun.
Do it. Do it.
Your best B puns. Come on. Bring them in. Yes, I was happy that Ryan is back. He does there's some funny moments, especially between Everly and Ryan now that they're kind of friends. She was like, when you almost die with someone, you kind of build
a relationship.
Relationship.
And then I love that he's trying to not cozy up to her in that way, but in a friendly way, because Amelia is who he's really interested in. So it's yeah. Oh
yeah, and also the cozy mystery puns. Yeah, he's trying to cozy on up to. He was right though. It's he even said the Spice Girls reference in this book where he's like, I believe the Spice Girls said that if you want to get with you got to get it with the best friends. It's that's true. That's true.
Oh, goodness.
But yeah, he even though it's not that I don't like Wyatt It's just I wish he was like less around.
So the reason why I have a thing against, not against Wyatt, is that when he first came back, he was like hardcore wanting to go for Everly, and I was like, you need to step back. Like this is, you've had, like, I don't remember who said it. Someone said he had his chance. Oh,
Book
it was Book Princess.
Book Princess.
He had his chance. He needs to go away because other people have moved in.
Go
home, Ryan. Yeah. I do like how they are developing their friendship. The friendship I'm okay with. I feel like that's really cute, and I love that it's like, are we going to team up this time? And I was like, that's lovely. Yes. Feel the
Why does it feel I love it. I mean, Wyatt. Yeah. That's awesome. Yes, Wyatt. Wyatt needs to just go home, you know. But the fact that he's going to be moving to Charm and living in Charm now, it's like he's going to be around. So it's like, okay, everyone deserves to be happy, you know. So, but I'm liking Denise more and more, though. I really love how in this book, like, she's helping out at the tea shop after she drops Denver off, and of course it's because it's like there's some ulterior motive, but it's like that's cute though. That's a good way for them to be friends, and and
I literally saw her like bump into Everly on the way to the tea shop, and then she's like, let's get started for the day. And I was like, someone put you up to this. And then second of all, I don't feel like it's fair for Denise because Everly is always just like leaving. And I'm going, okay, you own this tea shop. You have an employee to assist you, but you're constantly leaving the tea shop with your assistant. Granted, she's a badass, and sorry, language, but yeah, and then she, like, Everly will close the shop, so maybe they kind of do half and half, but at the same time, I'm just like, you should kind of stick around a little bit more often. Like, this is a new shop that you need to make sure that succeeds.
She has the assistant now, so she can do more sleuthing.
Yeah.
I'm behind it. Denver
and throwing rocks at Grandpa.
I love that. Okay. Because I need to talk about this scene. It's kind of almost, I don't know how, hold on. I have a Post-it note for it because I don't know if it's like halfway, through the book.
Well, then he's like, you need to get in the car. First of all, why wouldn't the grandpa just say, I know the son? Or why wouldn't little Denver be like, hey, this is my grandpa? But he's like, I don't want to get in the car. And I was, Grandpa, she threw a rock at Grandpa. It was honestly, every time he continued to say that, I was like, that was too hilarious. Like, I couldn't. It was wonderful. I could not stop laughing.
Yes, it's this book. It's like Everly throws a rock at Denver's grandpa because like, honestly, I get where she's coming from. You're literally stuffing a crying child into the back of an SUV. What do you think it's gonna look like? She's like, I thought, and like she had literally only had rocks as her, as her weapon. So she threw rocks and was like pelting him with the rocks. And like Denver was so excited. She was like, you hit Grandpa with a rock. And she was like, I thought he was stealing you. I would have hit him with a car if I had it.
Yeah. Oh, and I love that. Like the first thing that when so Grady picks up the son, his first thing, Daddy, Everly threw a rock at Grandpa. And I was just like, you ratted her out so fast.
Honestly, I'm just like, he's like, that's probably like, I love that. I just love that scene so much because it kind of just solidified for Everly that she, first of all, not only cares about Grady, she cares about Denver. And that's, it's
hugely important.
Oh, it's like a 2-for-1 kind of thing because like, okay, you're not just going to have a relationship with Grady. You're going to have a relationship with Denver as well. If like this thing goes any further. So yeah. And I was like, I love that. Like that whole scene, I was like, oh, Mama Bear's out. Mama Bear's out.
I love it so much. It was one, and I love how it started off like so dark. Like as soon as it happened, she was like, I know that voice anywhere. It's Denver. I was like, if anything happens to Denver, I can't. Like I just can't right now. And then she's like, oh yeah, but we're related. And I go, okay, Denver, you're gonna need to rehearse like when is a good time to cry loud when you know someone versus when you don't, because there's a difference.
But I get it. Like he's 6 years old. Like he doesn't know this man. Like he wasn't, and the fact that he like when his grandma, when grandma was there, it was okay. But now like grandma left and he's trying to like get Denver into a car. I'm like, no, like he's frustrated. He's scared. He doesn't really know you. Like, okay, you say you're my grandpa, but I don't know you. And honestly, best part in the book. It was great.
100%. 100%.
She was so protective of Denver,
Yeah.
even after she knew everything. She's
She
sitting
kept
in the
him by his
back of
side,
the SUV. Yes, like holding
playing
it,
with
like
his hand.
stroking it. I was like, oh my gosh, like I love you guys so much. You're so freaking cute.
Yep.
And then Grady, his reaction was spot on. On. He was like, he's like, and she even said, like, you're not angry? And he's like, you protected my son. Like,
yeah.
Of course I'm not going to be angry, you know? And he's like, I owe you everything for just your intent alone, you know? And I was like, oh my God, this is such a great moment. Kiss her already.
I know. I was just like, I think you guys need to go back to a car that's like not got some dark windows and do something.
Yes, Alicia.
At least a kiss.
At least a kiss. But
that was the frustrating thing about this book, is that they never freaking kissed. Well, it was hinted at towards the end.
It was, yes, but honestly, I need it in writing. I need it in writing. Like off-page stuff, yeah, I can leave it to my imagination. I can write the fan fiction, but sometimes I need it to be on the page. I need
You're such a brilliant writer. Like, write that. Write that as a part of the murder mystery.
Yeah, hugely important scene. It's like, honestly, it's a very big turning point in their relationship, and as Grady and Everly, and also them kind of like as a family unit. Or a grab. That's what I'm saying. I was like, okay, at the very least, she deserves a kiss. At the very most, she does some heavy petting. Honestly, I'm telling you right now.
Okay, now this is no longer child friendly. But we're leading up. It's like, it's 4 books of so much tension. I'm like, it's so well built. It's like, come on.
Yes, come on. I'm going back up here to Anna's because like the tea shop is side hustle for sleuthing, like 100%. But oh yeah, 100%. I totally agree with you, Alicia. Like honestly, like come on.
She just saved your son from your dead wife. I know that's really harsh, and I'm so sorry, but I have feels towards this.
I can't believe you just said that.
I felt bad as soon as I said it, but it had to be said.
But honestly, it's, you know, that scene. Oh, I love that scene. It's my favorite scene in the book.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite. Yeah, even Alicia was saying, like, that's the best part in the book. Period. Best part.
Well, I even love that the grandpa was like, so this is the Everly that I've heard so much about. I was like, you've heard so much about Everly? Like, that's wonderful news.
That's great. And I love the, like, when they're in the home and Grady's like, what are you doing here? You know, it's like, and he's like, well, who is this woman? And Grady's like, I only let people in my son's life who are going to stay. And I'm just like, yes.
Oh.
That stinger already.
I mean, we're all thinking it. We all want it. Yeah. Come on.
We're all thinking it.
Hopefully book 5 will have it though, because I mean they've had their moments. They're moving forward with it.
That's the best B pun.
We've got it. Yep.
You got it.
It's gonna be hard to beat that one, friends.
It's gonna be hard. Yeah, Nicole, I've been honestly, there's so like
dying is accurate.
Okay. Within the romance genre, and I know this isn't romance, but there are like some really good like slow burn tropes within romance where it literally takes the entire book for them to just like kiss, and I'm like, come on. And like I feel like this is it. Like this is the slowest
for them to kiss.
It's the slowest of burns. I'm like, come on.
I mean, at least have them propose. Okay, let's do something here.
Have them propose. They haven't even kissed. Like, propose already. It's fine. You're meant to be.
I mean, they did kiss under the mistletoe. That was talked about a lot, but they haven't kissed again. Oh, wait, again, hinted at towards like the last chapter. Yes. I needed more than hints. I needed to know.
My mother-in-law's here. Hello, Bev. How are you?
Yes.
Grady is, he is so, oh my gosh. He is just, honestly, he is in my top 5 literary, like, book boyfriends, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Top 5.
It's going to be hard to beat.
I love him.
He's so well done.
So much.
And I haven't even gotten anything, and I love him so much.
I need this to be, like, either a Hallmark series or, you know, like a series, like a book, like a TV show. And I need Stephen Amell to be Grady. I need it. I need it. Like, make it happen. Somebody.
I was like, who would we want to do that? Netflix?
It can be Hallmark. I can watch it on Hallmark. Like Hallmark, like
I feel like Hallmark is too campy. And I know that I've used this word before, but I feel like it deserves so much better. And I feel like the campy shows, like romances that Netflix does, they're a little bit better put together.
I would be okay with it on Netflix. I would be okay. Slow, but oh, so good. Honestly, the tension and the angst.
It's wonderful. It's better than some romances. I'm going to be 100% honest with you.
So, like, when something finally does happen, you're like, hallelujah. Like, honestly.
They come on a scene together, and I'm just like, I want popcorn. Like, what are they going to do? Who's going to say what? Oh, thanks, Beverly.
No, we're not there. Stop reading ahead.
I'm sorry.
Anna's saying, like, rock solid relationship when it finally happens. Like, seriously, they were gonna have so much like foundation. Just honestly, yes. Like, that's what I'm hoping for.
That's what I want.
Hallmark would give you one kiss. That's all we got for this one.
Netflix would give you more. Okay, Netflix would take liberties with Bree. Oh gosh, I think her name was Julian. I'm so sorry, I don't know her real name. I just use Bree Baker, but
under this book, she's writing as Bree Baker. So
I'm gonna keep calling Bree.
Yeah,
with her permission, they can, do more.
They can, yes, do more. Do more, yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic TV series. I think so.
Yeah.
Now we're at the nice hair. Jen did get a haircut. Yes.
It got really short, friends.
110 degrees outside. Yeah. So.
See? She agrees. That was the thing. That was what bothered me when I first started it, because I read it the first time and I did say, I was like, it's a little campy for me, but it's so well written that it doesn't bother me. Because sometimes when it's campy, it's just like, it's like so much cheese. And I'm like, I need wine and I need like a whole box of it to just like douse it down. But it was just enough where it was like cute, but not too much where it was like overly done.
Yeah, I agree. But but
I feel like that was only the first book. I feel like she broke out of that pretty much in the next few of them.
She grows so much more, and it's just
that's like, my mom and dad. Go down. I didn't think they would watch. Hi.
Hi, Mama Joe.
Mama Joe and Big Dog. I have nicknames for my parents.
Anna saying do more.
Yeah.
She caught that. She caught that. She's Stinger Grady.
We're gonna go with that now.
We're just gonna say Stinger Grady. Like, seriously, like, gently. Honestly, I'm not even joking at all, like, anymore. Like, just do something. Do something.
Like, propose so that you can get married. Oh my gosh, how cute would they be if they had a little tea shop and then had like detective work on the side?
Honestly, like, that would just give Grady even more of an ulcer, just because he doesn't like when she's involved.
Yes, okay, so here's the thing with Grady, though. Because they don't live together, he has to constantly worry between Denver and her. So if they live together, then they're all in one place. It's a much safer environment. And then they could live on the property, the manor that the grandma bought.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Then the security system, everyone's safe. All right?
And Denise will be there, be like Nike, and just do it.
All I can see now is Shia LaBeouf. Do it! Just do it!
Yes.
That's not this history.
Anna, if she got a PI license, she would need, and Denise and Grady already said that they would give her self-defense classes, which I'm all looking forward to. In the next book, Miss Bree Baker, in the next book, I need the defense lessons to end in some sort of heavy petting. Honestly, I just don't do this to me. Please.
Someone needs to fall on someone else, and there needs to be a kiss. At least a kiss. No. Come on.
Yes. 100%. Yes.
Amen. Yes, Nicole.
Amen. Honestly.
Oh, go ahead.
So I was just like, just as well, like on my defense lessons, like when as soon as that was brought up and Grady's like, I can give you defense lessons, I'm like, I need this to happen with every fiber of my soul. I need this to happen. Seductive poses. Honestly, like she's like stretching, he's just looking at her, and then yeah, they just need to fall on it. That
not that kind of book though, but I wish. Oh, yeah.
Love together. Yeah, I was like, love together. Yes, love together. Sing dirty dancing just with self-defense. Yes. Oh my god, I would love that.
Oh,
please.
Okay, so slightly side note, but also still talking about book 4. I loved that in this book that they kept talking about how she sleuths, and they were calling her out on it, and then she was like, "No, I'm not doing it." And I was like, "Thank you for at least calling out." I think it's one of my notes here for that. I was just really glad that she did that. It was one of my favorite things where they were just like, "Oh, so you're gonna solve the killer? Like, who do you think is gonna be?" And I was just like, "Thank you for calling that out," because if it was just she continued to do the murder mystery and solve that alongside them without anyone else like calling out to it, it kind of angers me. So I thank you for just mentioning that.
Even the like the reporter, she's like, "Oh, you're the town sleuth, or you're the town."
Do you know who it is? Like, comment.
She had to say like no comment to these people like twice. It was so funny. I would trade a kiss for leaning in as the bedroom door closes. Oh yeah, for sure. Like I just need, honestly, I need it just to be on the page. I don't need it to be inferred. I just need it to be here in the
I mean,
that
I'll
I could
take
read it
inferred at this point. Okay, I'll take inferred. I'll take a Breaking Dawn paragraph break where you know what happened.
Honestly, like I just need to read it with my eyes. Like I can imagine, my imagination is great. I can imagine some stuff, some stuff with my imagination, but I would like to see it and read it with my eyes. I would like to do that. Please, I would love to do that. So I'm just going to go through my Post-it notes. We've already talked about a bunch of my Post-it notes. So
I think all my stuff, I was like, where is any of this at?
I love like chapter 2, like freaking, we need proof. Yes, I need receipts, ma'am. I need receipts. But like in chapter 2, she's like, I wish I knew why, but Grady had put a substantial distance between us after kissing me under some mistletoe at Christmas. It was rude behavior by any standard. I'm just like, so rude, so rude. I was like, come on, Grady, you have better manners than that, sir. I'm telling you right now. And honestly, are we ever going to find out who the town blogger is for the town charmer? You think it's Amelia?
Mm-hmm.
Anna, we talked about this, about who we think the blogger is. Do we still think it's Amelia?
Or is it the Waters? Is it the Waters or the Walters?
Walters?
Walters. It could be them too. But I really think Amelia, because she's got the she's more of a business background, never mind. But she's with books, so I assume, she reads a lot, she could write a lot. Bree thinks it's Amelia.
I've always thought it was Amelia.
After I checked her off my list of, you could potential killer in the first book, Amelia
it's gonna be someone obvious. I have a feeling, yeah.
What if it's Ryan? Although, how would he do that when he's away? But he's a reporter, so
I don't know. That's true, though. How would he do it if he's away? That would just have to be explained.
He's been working with Amelia the whole time. Sorry. That's way out.
Like, seriously, like, who is the blogger? Like, who is it?
Watch, we get to like the end of this series and she never tells us. I'd be like, I need to write fan mail and I need an answer immediately. Like, tell me who it is.
She said, what if it's the ants as attacking? I was thinking that in book 1, but I just felt like there was one, and Anna and I were talking about this too. Like, there was one kind of, gossip column that they were talking about in book 1 where it was kind of dirty towards Everly. So I don't think like the ants would be talking like kind of downgrading Everly, like special. It happened in the first book. Like one of the blog posts were kind of like, kind of mean towards Everly, and I don't think that the aunts would do that.
I was thinking maybe Gracie Bracy, but then I was like, she's not sophisticated enough to write anything, so never mind.
Gracie Bracy. That was book 3, wasn't it? Like she kept talking like Gracie Bracy, and then Amelia was like, "Stop calling her Gracie Bracy."
I mean, if the truth is.
It's definitely someone close to Everly. Like I'm like my money's on Amelia. If it's not Amelia, I would be very surprised.
Maybe it could be her dad.
Amelia's dad?
Yeah, I mean, we don't really see much of him. So I would think that maybe he's close enough that he might have like taken offense that she left and then used that for reasonings for doubting her in the beginning when she was originally called out in the first one. Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully Amelia wouldn't talk about Everly like that either. They did become closer friends like after,
and that's when they became nicer posts.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's like why
they weren't the best of friends like at the beginning of book 1, but then they did grow closer, so maybe like they're just showing her in a more favorable light now because it is Amelia and they're friends now.
But you also need someone in the town that is like close to everyone, because the town charmer seems to be on top of everything. So they would have to be someone local too, someone that everyone would see. So it could be Amelia, but she's also not the one that's in touch with most people, which is why I think the Walters could possibly be, because they're the ones with the convenience store. Are they the one with the ice cream shop? Who's the ice cream shop people? It's one of them.
One of them.
It's someone in the town of Charm. I know that for sure.
It's someone who lives there. I know that. That is, write that down. That's gold.
I win no matter who it is.
Anna was saying Amelia has reason to resent Everly some. Definitely in the first book, just because, there was history there, like after, she came back kind of like with her tail between her legs kind of thing, because everything that happened with Wyatt and, but they talked it out. They talked it out, and it was, it's better now.
Yes.
But like Jen, you did have a really good point. Like, the post about Everly started getting nicer after they kind of, hashed everything out, and that's good. That's some good sleuthing there.
Gotta think logical sometimes. I gotta try and figure out I gotta figure out something. Didn't get the killer in this one, so.
Yeah.
I had him pegged though. He was on my suspect list, but he was lower, and then there were a couple things where I kind of put him up there higher, and then I thought it was going to be the companion. I don't know if I'm allowed to say who. I don't want to give spoilers if people aren't far enough, so I'll just stop at that, and I'll wait until later.
Yeah, we'll just wait. Yeah, chapter 4 is like, Grady, I can't believe you've been threatened already. And it's like, honestly, he should just expect it now. Like, he should literally just expect, like, if there's a murder in the town, Everly's somehow involved and she's going to be threatened. Like, it's just an eventuality. It's not a matter of if, it's when, honestly. It's just like
the next book that, like, literally someone dies and we just get Grady on the phone being like, can I get a surveillance team to watch Everly, please? Thank you. Like, constant security around this one. She's going to be a danger.
Well, the fact that Denise is already like working in the tea shop, he's just going to do an immediate call to Denise and be like, just keep tabs on her, sit on her if you have to, just don't let her leave.
Just hang out with her the whole time.
Yeah,
sleep
100%.
Trying to kill her. That's why she needs to marry Grady, so then she can watch Denver and Everly at the same time.
At the same time.
Although that would be the end of the series, so we're going to have the slow burn for forever. So I will not allow the series to end, despite what Bree Baker does.
It will go on forever. Honestly, some cozy mystery series have like 20, 30 books in them, so I'm ready.
There's 2 books a year, I'm happy.
My next post-it note is about how Denise was they were talking about how not Denise, but Everly, like some guy at the bookstore called me Nancy Drew. And so she's like, Denise is saying, I always liked Nancy Drew. Like, she spoke French, she was young, rich. So it's like Nancy was beautifully written. And then she's like, maybe my life needs a better writer. And I'm like, I see what you did there, Bree Baker.
That was one of my comments too.
I was laughing so hard. Maybe my life needs a better writer.
My comment was lies. You have perfect writer.
I was like, you have an amazing writer, Everly. Like, don't. I just love that fourth wall break. That was amazing.
Yes. So I'm going through my notes now, trying to figure
They just
out.
need to give Everly a direct line on the 911 hotline. They do. Honestly, she should just have the back access phone numbers and just get away from all of that.
I need Everly to get a security system, because honestly, if she got a security system and she had cameras outside, we could figure out who the killer is a lot faster, rather than having Maggie chase after the person, or, you know, opening the door before looking through the peephole early on. That was at least book 1 or 2.
And she really needs to work on locking her door. Like, I can't, there's like at least 2 times in this book where she's like, oh, I have the close sign flipped, but I didn't lock the door. People just walking in. I'm like, you need to lock the door. Everly, lock the door. And she needs to marry Grady because he's Grady 100%.
That's true. Yep.
Never ending police detail. So, like, I just love that. And that's the kind of stuff that's why this cozy mystery, like, series hits different, because of writing like this. Like, honestly, like, the Nancy Drew and then, like, the fourth wall breaks. And I mean, it's just fantastic. I love it. Fantastic. Okay, hold on. Let me get my other Post-it note. Oh, okay. When Everly was in, the gazebo, and, like, I think it was a gun, like, to the back of her head, and then, like, they put the bag over her head. I was like, that is so scary. Like, oh my gosh, like, she's gonna have, like, some sort of post-traumatic stress. And even Grady was, like, worried about her. Like, he was, like, convinced she had some, like, post-traumatic stress disorder. I'm like, absolutely, she is always trying to get killed, like, by these people. And, like, this was a really scary situation, you know, like, having a bag put over your head. You know, she was even like, am I going to be abducted? I'm like, no, we're not even 100 pages into this book. You're not being abducted now by the killer. Like, it can't happen.
And I just love how the next, like, the chapter after that starts off with her talking with Grady, and they're going over the conversation. I'm like, why are you more concerned about Maggie? Like, Maggie ran after this person and she's missing. Like, let's be concerned about your cat, okay?
Jen with the cat mom over here, like, let's be concerned about the cat. Like,
we didn't show any concern for the cat for like 4 chapters, and then she was like, oh, Maggie came home, and I was like, casually say Maggie came home? Like, she's been gone for 3 days.
I'd be so worried. Yeah, Alicia, you would think she would learn to lock up. Honestly, hopefully that's what, you know, she gets better with every book. So by the next book, she's definitely going to be locking the door. Honestly, yes.
I mean, at least she's checking the peephole now. Before, she wasn't doing that. She goes, oh, someone's knocking at my door. Let's go ahead and open it. And I was like, stranger danger. Like, look who's out there first. I know that you're in a small town, but it's like, maybe make sure you know the person.
Stranger danger. Yeah, she doesn't lock doors, and she goes outside alone in the dark.
Yeah. Oh, that needs to be fixed too.
Closed sign means nothing.
Although, why is someone checking the door if it's I mean, obviously the killer would, but the people that are walking in are generally friends. So wouldn't they, like, knock on the door being like, oh, it says closed, let's make sure that she's there?
No, they're her friend. She's like, they're like, I'm welcome here. I'm just going to walk in. Or Wyatt, who just thinks he just needs to throw his body around in every single scene when he really just needs to leave her alone, honestly. She gets hit on the head a lot. Yes.
I'm surprised she hasn't been concussed more.
She was
at least at the end of this one she did.
Books in the I think it's in the first or second book. Like, she gets hit on the head hard. And you know, like, and then Grady's looking after her, but she goes to sleep. I'm like, homegirl, you should not be going to bed. Like, you should be awake for a solid, 24 hours before you decide to go to bed, or at least have someone there to wake you up every 2 hours to make sure you do wake up. Like, come on. Like, you should not be going to bed.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, she's been concussed, so we give her some liberties. It's fine. Oh, and I love, like, finally, like, some communication is happening, between Everly and Grady. Like, this is after like a very traumatic event. And she's like, "You kissed me," I said suddenly, boldly, both shocked and proud of myself for the candor. I'm like, seriously. Seriously. But then like he doesn't say anything. Like it's only her doing the talking. But I was like, at least she did. At least she spoke up instead of just letting, months go by and like nothing is happening, with her and their relationship. She should be keeping her up vigorously. Just saying. Alicia, we're right. We're right here. We're right here. It's
Accurate.
Great. Accurate.
Hey, what page are on, by the way?
Honestly, it's just because it's for her safety. It's for her. I'm just saying. Just saying.
What page are you on there, friend? Post-it note wise.
Yeah. Oh, 100. 100.
Okay, never mind. Keep on.
Yeah. So
I'm sure you'll mention it, but I've got a note.
If not, definitely go over your notes. Totally.
That's why I wanted to know what page we were on.
So when Grady leaves and he sends her a text message and he says, "Stay safe, Swan." And again, that just protection and all that. Sorry, I had to highlight that.
That's a good one.
I mean,
Alicia's on fire tonight.
Yeah, she
Didn't
is.
she come up with this
the most epic bee pun ever? Yes, okay. She did. So yeah, "Stay safe, Swan," and she responds, "You'd be lost without me?" ? And he's like, his answer was nearly instant. Yes. I'm like, oh my god, yes, swooning.
I was like, turn the car around.
and then the very next text message, "Who would make me lemon cake?" And this is what I'm saying, like about their banter. Like 1 minute I'm laughing out loud, the next minute I could be swooning. Honestly, like their banter is just everything. I love it. I love it. I'm like, yes, turn the car around. She needs you. Like, yes, I need it.
I mean, we're all thinking it. Let's just be real. It's clear from the comments that everyone's thinking it.
Yes, everybody's thinking it. My next post-it note is when we find out that Mary Grace and that one guy is like engaged to be married. And then she's like,
dirty.
blink twice if she's holding you against your will. I was laughing so hard. I was dying laughing. She needs to withhold the lemon cake. Oh yeah.
She had it ready though. One time he came over and he gave her some information. So she's like, "You'll get a piece of lemon cake." And then she asked him another question and he didn't respond. So it was wonderful.
Just thinking about that lemon cake. Yes. That lemon cake though. I mean, another way to a man's heart is through his stomach. I'm just saying.
Yeah, she is.
But I don't know if she put the lemon cake in as the recipes.
Look in Live and Let Try, and I'll look at these ones.
Okay. I know it's not in this book, but I'm gonna see.
The one that I have in my hand right now.
What do you got?
Fried pineapple chicken wraps. Oh god, those sounded sweet tea with jasmine. Okay, hang tight. It's not no good tea goes unpunished.
Okay. We're looking up recipes. Sorry, guys.
Don't apologize. They want to know too.
They want to know. Nope, it's not in Live and Let Chai.
Okay, Tide and Punishment. Here we go. Simple Caesar salad. Okay, gingerbread bars, cranberry Christmas iced tea. Nothing.
Dang. Okay.
The last book. That's gonna be the one where Grady and her get married.
Oh my god, is that gonna be their wedding cake?
It's gotta be. What else would
it's gotta be.
Although should she be baking her own wedding cake? I mean, honestly, she should be baking her own food because she's a fantastic cook.
Fantastic. Yes, I don't think she would mind baking her own wedding cake, especially. And Grady would just be like, "Yes, 100%. I need that. I need that."
It's fine.
She's making us wait for that too. She's making us wait for the lemon cake recipe. Come on.
She's holding that out on us. Come on, we all want it. If you're not going to give us Grady and Everly, at least give us the recipe for the lemon cake.
I think you're on a roll because the book that they get married, she's going to make the lemon cake as the wedding cake, and the recipe is going to be in the back. I'm calling it. I'm calling it.
It would make sense too because
Bree Baker,
it should have been in this one. Bree Baker, please.
Bree Baker, please. We need the lemon cake. We need it. for sexy time purposes. Yes. Oh my god. It'd be a sticky mess, but it would be fun. Let's just do that. Oh, it's
Oh,
amazing.
didn't she even
So,
tell them how to? I think it was something else now, but because of her baking videos, oh my god, her baking video where she made a salad and it fell all over her was
I'm like,
the
oh,
best. You
honey.
saw that coming a mile away. I loved it.
There's so many times in this book series, like, you know, when you get like the secondhand embarrassment from the
Every time.
every
Oh my
time.
god, I was so like I was mortified for her. But I love that even like within the comments that she was getting that they loved that she'd spilled it because they were
Yes.
very supportive. I'm like, that's the best way to have. Like those are the followers that you want, the ones that support you, even when you make an ass of yourself.
Yes, I loved that. And I was just it just makes her more real. And the
Mhm.
fact like when like she's following like Mary Grace and that guy, and she's like
The wedding
she
planner.
totally thought that they were like, you know, getting together like to kill somebody or whatever to do planning. And then Ryan catches
It's
her and he just
outside.
lies, just dying laughing. I was like, oh man.
I
Oh
loved that so
man.
much. Oh my
Okay.
goodness. What page are you on
Next
now?
151.
Oh, we're way past it. So on
Oh.
page 104, Everly couldn't fall asleep. So she had herself a cup of coffee, which turned into a pot of coffee.
Oh
And the
yes.
way that I read that, so I would like to say I'm sensitive to caffeine.
You are 100%. Yeah.
The way that she wrote Everly in that moment on like a caffeine high was hysterical. I was like, this is what I look like when I have too much caffeine. It's like 100% accurate. She nailed it on the head. So I just wanted to do that shout out. I thought it was hilarious and I loved it so much.
I loved it too. I was like, and when I was reading that scene, I was just telling you, like before the live stream, I was like, I was reading that scene and I honestly thought of you, Jen, because I was like, this is Jen if she had a pot of coffee.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
She was nervous about making those videos, especially with like the live aspect. Like I totally get that. Like the live, like there's no editing. Whatever you see here is here, you know. So
see all my 12 chins. Thanks, guys.
for the world. For the world. Sometimes you just have to stop and be like, girl, Everly is a mess.
Yes.
But we love her for it. So funny.
She's growing on me. I will say in the first one, she kind of bothered me a little bit, but then like I think as the relationship started to develop with everyone in the town, and the more that she did her sleuthing, I was just like, okay, I like you. Like I like you a lot. Let's be friends.
She's great. She's fantastic. So my next post-it note is when she is like trapped in the room with the bees, like the same at yes. Ooh. Okay, and then I like how she was like I remained calm, sort of, and I used like I remembered I had my phone. I'm like, thank you.
At least she called. Called Grady.
She called Grady, and I love this. Like, she and Aunt Fran had only beaten Grady to me by a matter of minutes, which was saying something considering he had been at the station when I called and they had been in the yard. I'm like, it's because he's in love with you.
100%. 100%. That one, and then it freaked me out because she's like, I could feel the bees in my hair, and I was like, oh my god, like I could immediately just like feel them crawling on me. I was like, I need this thing to stop. I need it to stop.
I was like, oh my god, yes.
And then it sounded like when they got her that they hadn't actually not attacked her. So I don't think they ever attacked her, but maybe they were coming towards her or they were in the room. So I think it was all in her head that they were actually coming and like crawling on her. But honestly, in a freaky situation, I'd probably feel like I was covered head to toe in them as well. So
oh yeah, absolutely. Like especially like if one can just fly by, and I'm like, oh my god, laugh.
I feel like it got in my mouth. Like it's not there, but.
But yeah, that's scary. Like bees, I mean, it's just like a reflex, you know. Like you hear something buzzing, doesn't matter what it is. It could be a bee, it could be a fly. Like you don't know what it is. Something's buzzing in your ear. You're just like you just do that. Like it's just reflex. I don't care who you are, it is.
You can't tell me that you would stay there if a bee was like, and not as bee, a mosquito, and not go like this. I literally hide under the covers and I can still hear them, and I'm like, I feel like it's coming after me. And then you hear it the rest of the night, even if you've killed it. You're like, you have friends, and now they're coming after me.
Can't even imagine how that was. If her live flat buzzed in front of her. Yeah, 100%. It's in my nose.
No, oh yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that's honestly my worst nightmare.
Yeah. I could feel them all over you
Oh,
in that scene. I was just
all
like,
over.
I needed it. I needed her to be free and in the open air. And then her aunts were so like concerned about like getting the ants. I was like, okay, they can be away. Like your Everly needs you. Actually, she had Grady, so never mind.
Yeah, she had Grady. It's fine. It's fine.
You take care of the bees. Leave them alone in a bedroom with a bed.
And a locked door.
I mean, it doesn't even have to be locked. Let's just be real at this point. Just put something in front of it. As long as there's a chair or something that we can shove underneath it, you're fine. She doesn't lock doors, okay? We can't have a locked door. It's out of character.
She would never lock the door, okay?
Oh.
Nicole likes the narrator.
Oh, okay. The first one I felt like it was campy, but I feel like that's what the cozy mystery genre is, but I haven't read enough of it. So I would think I was going into it with different expectations. So when I was reading it, it felt a little differently. So I feel like I didn't give her due until like the second book. And I was like, okay, well, I've already kind of gotten used to it and it felt more normal. So I think maybe if I were to reread Live and Let Chai, I wouldn't have that same opinion, but I think that's why I had it this time.
I think like what you're like, we read a lot of, Sandra Brown. She's like the suspense romance where it's just like in cozy mysteries, you kind of know, like it's kind of like a sweeter murder mystery, it's not as intense, it's not as, gory, So
Thank
like
God.
for us reading the suspense romance from Sandra Brown, where like the murder mystery is very like thrilling at times, it's like it's not as much in this, so it's like maybe you are comparing the two that way, and
I
it's
think
like
so.
Cozy mystery is definitely it is like a murder mystery genre, but it's at a different level for sure.
Yep. So that's why I feel like the first one I had that opinion, but I mean I'd happily reread the first one again. I probably will. I'll give it a year when we have to. I'll give it until later this year, and then I'll reread them all until we get to book 5. 5. Sorry, I was thinking it's
That's
4.
fine.
This is 4. That's why.
This is 4. Yes, book number 5 is coming out.
That's for all my in real life book friends. I may like a certain divergent character because Theo James is offensively attractive. Let's just throw that out there.
Offensively. All right. So my next post-it note is I love when Grady and Everly are talking, and Everly's like, have you looked into this or have you looked into that? And so specifically this part is like, have you spoken with Odette again and Mitzi's ex-husband? And he's like, yes, turns out they're both in town and staying at the inn, and like, oh, her ex is here. So it's like, sometimes in cozy mysteries that kind of annoy me is that when the police department lets they let the sleuther do the investigating for them, and they kind of learn everything through the sleuther.
Oh, yeah, that would bother me.
Some cozy mysteries are like that, which
I don't like that.
I've read both, but I really love the fact that Grady is a great cop. He is a fantastic detective. Whenever she learns something and she talks to him about it, he already knows it. Yep. And in every single book, he is laying in wait for the killer because he already knows who it is. But then, like, Everly just so happens to be there because it's just like, but he was already like there waiting. It's like, I just love that about Grady. Like, he's not like some run of the mill, like podunk cop who's letting the sleuther do the investigating for him. Like, he is really great at his job. So I really love that. Oh, bye. Have a good one. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah. I will say that is something that I like about this one. I don't necessarily like it, and it was in the last book that, not one of Bree Baker's, but it was a different murder mystery that we read. So like you're saying, where either, the sleuther does like the whole investigation. I also don't like it when they're talking with the sleuther and the detective, and the detective is actually discussing the case. I was like, okay, it's got to be kind of like a doctor-patient confidentiality thing. Like, you really shouldn't say anything. So I do like that Grady, for the most part, does not give her enough information. I think he steers her away in this book a little bit more, because she's going to start doing something that will get her into trouble. So he's just like, please don't do this. So I'll give you enough of an answer without actually giving you the whole answer, which is also why I would like them to be a couple, like a couple, because I feel like that wouldn't bother me as much if they were in like a very serious relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I don't agree that they should, full conversation about the investigation, but I think it would make more sense where he's just like, babe, please just stop. Like,
oh my God,
you're on the wrong path.
I'm living for the day where he calls her babe or sweetheart or something. I was like, yes.
I'd take anything at this point.
100%. I totally agree with you, Jen, because like when you're a detective, it doesn't matter how close you are, especially if someone is involved in the murder case, like they're a suspect, or like Everly was. Like Everly was in the first book. She was a suspect, and her aunts were a suspect in book number 3. Yeah. He would not be talking the case with her, and that's very realistic. He tries to not give her any information because he doesn't want her sleuthing. It's so funny.
Yeah, and I like that's it. And they do it in this book too. They do it in all of them, where she'll ask a question, she'll look at Grady, and he'll just silence. And I was like, thank you.
Thank you. Honey. Thank you so much. As like, oh yeah, always a police detective, the local sheriff, or yeah, absolutely.
I just don't like it if it's too much. Like, I understand Grady does he's the little pinch of salt, sugar, whatever to get the information, but not like, let's pour it in, type situation.
Yeah, Bree, honey would work too. Absolutely. Since we're going with the bee puns, yeah, honey would work.
I'll take any of them.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
Just don't call her your ex-wife's name because that's unforgivable.
Yeah. Okay, so when Grady finally,
what's gonna happen too? He's gonna do that, and they're gonna have a break, and it's just not. I'm not okay with it. I'm already devastated by something that hasn't happened yet.
They're not gonna be on a break. Okay, that's not gonna happen.
I mean, he's taking his time.
Yeah. Next post-it note. Don't call her Evie. It's Everly or some kind of term of endearment. Like, it's not going to be Evie or E because, Wyatt just ruined that for her.
Like, Grady can walk off something.
No, absolutely not. He would never do that. Never. A break. I can't even get that. We can't. Seriously. They're not going to go on a break. They're not even officially together yet, which I hope is like the first thing they talk about in book 5. Or like, they are officially a couple, because we're going to talk about the ending. We're going to talk about it. We're going to get there. I promise.
Starts with them moving into Everly's shop, because Denise is already there all the time. She's got to watch over Denver. The house is huge. Okay. It makes sense. I like it.
I like it.
Please make it happen. I'm begging you.
I'm begging you, for the love of God.
Next post-it note.
Yeah, Grady just kind of like throws that little bomb. Like, he's like only one person, and they're pulling him in totally different directions, trying to protect the people that he cares about. And she's like, well, why are we in danger? And he doesn't say anything. And I'm just like, if y'all could just communicate, that would be fantastic. So many issues would be resolved if y'all would just talk. Use your mouths, because you're obviously not kissing, so use your mouth to talk. Come on.
Maybe have it be a pillow talk conversation. Just saying.
Don't even play with me, because I would be so for that. 100%. When my next post note is when Denise just like flips Ryan over. Yeah, that's just like the best scene. We've already talked about it, but it's the best scene. Y'all, they gotta sleep together before they move in. They'll be moving it.
I mean, her house is huge. They don't have to, but that would be a great way to like lead into it. I lost my way to my bedroom and I found yours.
Oops. I fell and my lips landed on your lips. Bye, Anna. Thank you so much for joining us. She has to watch that. Yes, read it and come back.
Yes. I'm proud of how good
We're getting there.
No.
We are getting there. Yeah, and then finally, obviously, Grady's like, I feel as if I owe you an explanation. I was like, thank you for talking like adults. Appreciate it. Now kiss.
Do the
And
kissing.
she's like, I will always let you in, Grady Hayes. You don't have to have a reason to visit. His gaze darkened and moved to my mouth. I'm like, is it hot in here? My God. Like, oh, fella got stung. Yep.
Yep. Keep it going, Alicia. Keep it going.
Come on. Living for it. Living for it.
Live and let try. Sorry, it's just you let it right into it. It was perfect. Even though it didn't make sense, it made sense.
It made perfect sense. Perfect sense. And I love when the canary, I love how everyone's like, I'm not calling him that.
Yeah.
Well,
his real name is like 100% harder to read.
Right, it's like Skeeter or something. I'm like, really?
Skeeter. But his first name is like Ooful. I don't know.
That was his last name. Love you, Nicole.
I don't know if she's leaving or she just says she loves us. Either way,
we love you
either
too. Way. We love you. We love you. So the canary, and it comes for a circle. Live and let try. Yep.
Yep.
But when the canary's like, meet me at the lighthouse, I got some stuff to talk to you about. Okay, another smart Everly move. She calls Grady. She does not go by herself. She does not go by herself. She calls Grady. They have like a really intense moment of him putting like the earpiece in and the microphone on her collar. I'm just like,
I needed things to happen. I was devastated. I was like, miss the appointment. It's not worth it if you're in this enclosed space.
Honestly, when he was putting the microphone on her like jacket, I'm just like, accidental boob graze. Accidental boob graze. I was praying to the gods. I mean, come on.
Yes.
Come on.
Well, accidental. I love that she like turned around and he was gone. And I was like, good cop. Just disappears.
Quick. He's quick.
He's like trying to catch smoke.
And he even said, he's like, you won't be able to see me, but I'll be able to see you. And I'm like, I'm here. And I'm like, yes, I love it.
And then when she goes around the back of it, he's like, don't do that. I can't see you. And all you do is hear him like heavy breathing, like trying to go after her.
He's like, I can't go after her. It's so funny. Again, the scene where it's like he's putting like the just, the sneaky paraphernalia on her. I'm just like, is it hot in here? Like, how is that so hot? Like, just putting a microphone on her jacket. Like, how is that hot?
I mean, they could literally be having a conversation about cheese and they'd find a way to make it hot.
That's so attractive.
We'd have fondue at the end of it.
My favorite's Cuda. Listening while doing homework. Multitasking. Love it.
How you do it.
Girl went out alone for too long.
True.
He's like, don't go around. Oh, okay. So I love how when she finds the original recipe for the lemon cake, the title or it's like lemon cake to bolster a hero's heart. I'm just like, no wonder Grady loves it so much. He's a hero. Like, that's adorable. Okay, yes. So. The scene where Denver, is in trouble. I have so many things just highlighted.
It was in that scene.
I'm like, yes. I just loved it. It's a great scene. I was like, she loves him so much. I love it.
Mama Bear comes out to protect.
I was living for that scene. And when they're in the SUV and they're talking to Grady, and she was Grady's father-in-law. It's like, you might have asked who I was. What kind of person hears a child cry and immediately assumes a kidnapping? That's quite a large jump, don't you think? She's like, you were stuffing a screaming kid into a vehicle. That's not a jump. It's the definition of kidnapping. I'm like, 100%. Yes.
Well, first of all, okay. You didn't ask the name, obviously, but you didn't volunteer your name either when you said, don't put the kid in the car. You could have been like, it's okay, I'm his grandpa. You didn't either. So what is her other solution other than to throw rocks at you? Ugh.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
Exactly.
I got offensive there.
I'm totally on Everly's side, 100%.
Yeah.
Showing the grandpa assault.
I want that so bad.
If this becomes a TV show, I need this scene in there because that's amazing.
It has to be.
Has to be.
Well, and I also like, and I don't know at what point after this scene, it was with Grandma and Grandpa were in there as well, but the grandma had said she grows on you, and I was like, oh, she's growing on you, which means that, you know, you two are going to be perfect together. When's that wedding happening?
Immediately. Because, yeah. When, okay, and they're talking, Grady is driving. I have to prepare myself. Grady is driving Everly home. He passes the tea shop and just parks at that little beach, place. And they're talking, and he was like, "You're gonna take on a 6-foot trained CIA operative to save my son." It's like, she's like, "I didn't know he was CIA."
Yeah. He didn't give me any information. I just saw the kid screaming, getting into the car.
And he says, "I owe you everything for your intent alone." And she's like, "That's what friends are for, right?" I was like, this is a perfect opportunity for him to be like, "No, like, we're more than friends," and then just kiss her.
Throw her against the side of the car. Let's just be real. Make things happen.
Make things happen. I mean, nobody was around. It's fine. And then, okay, so we're at the part to who the killer is. So if you've stayed for spoilers and you don't want to know who the killer is, you should
peace out now.
You should just leave now, because we're going to be, going into that spoiler. So I know there's a slight delay between StreamYard and YouTube. So I will let, just like a minute or so go by while people peace out if they do not want to be spoiled about who the killer is.
Let's see if I have any notes that we haven't gone over. I could tell you my list of how I thought people were like culprits. I had 3 people who were 4 people. Nope, 3.
Alicia saying he owed her everything and we got nothing. Some heavy petting would have been nice. Just saying.
All right, you yell at me if someone starts saying goodbye. So I'm going to go through my suspect list, and I think I wrote down page numbers for all of them. But page 13, we meet Odette for the first time, and I suspect her immediately.
You're immediately a suspect.
And then page 31, Everly suspects Odette. She can't be the killer now. I literally wrote it down, guys.
Like, I'm sorry. You think, no, they're not anymore.
All right, so suspects 2 and 3 were Rose and Quinn. From the production crew. They both asked about Everly's crime-solving skills and if they're not in it together, because I originally thought that they could be like our first like double killer, like 2 people working together. I was like, if they're not in it together, then I'm leaning towards Rose as the solo killer.
Rose was a real peach, wasn't she?
Yeah. She was the worst. Oh, I hated her. Oh.
Yeah.
Page 72, I was like, is the canary the killer?
Nope, after he takes a flying leap.
Well, because yeah. So because he had the whole document with all of her information. I was like, okay, you're a creepy killer. Like, you're a stalker. Like, it's weird.
Yes. Oh my God,
very well know some things about her. And I think at that point we knew that she was drugged. So they would kind of know that person enough that they could just take her out. But then he ended up dying. So coffee. Okay, page 265.
Ooh, okay.
I'm leaning towards Creepy Quinn as the killer. He's the only suspect on my list that Everly isn't talking about. Maybe he was hoping it was maybe, I don't know why I was going with that one, but so yeah.
That's
and then
so funny that you suspected Quinn. I had no idea. I was like, I had no idea.
But that's because so I try to figure out, because it's part of the genre, essentially, is that whoever they're not talking about is who it's ultimately going to be.
Right.
Which is why some of her books actually got me, because she did have some people on the suspect list. She wasn't looking at them heavily, and she was looking at Rose, because Rose was heavily suspicious. So that's why I kind of didn't suspect him quite right away, because Rose seemed like the worst person in the entire universe. So
100%.
And then, is anybody leaving? Because I'm gonna say
no, it's totally fine. So we're gonna announce who the killer was, everybody. Okay, let's go.
I said, page 303, don't go with Quinn alone. He's the killer. Because we had already heard
do it.
I was like, as soon as Rose started walking away and Quinn started walking with her, I was like, no, honey, you have to stay away from him. Stay away from him. He's no good for you. And then
That's
page
like
304, I was like, damn it, Everly, you're in danger. Being in danger is not good for Grady's health.
not good. But I was like, as soon as like he's like, sorry, he whispered as the sting of metal buried deep in my skin. I was like, seriously, Quinn? Like, come on.
How did you not know? He had so much information. I didn't understand his reasonings at first, but he was on my suspect list.
Alicia was right there with you, Jen.
It's just, you gotta kind of look for it, but it doesn't always work out. So that's why I was like, I gotta kind of keep everyone in it. But once they really start searching someone, and I think you told me this before, it's like, it's never the obvious person. And so you can't go with the obvious person, but one of these times they're gonna freaking throw a wrench into that and being like, I'm gonna talk about this person the entire book and it's gonna be them. Suck it. And I'm gonna fall for it. I'm 100% fall for it.
Hook, line, and sinker.
Exactly.
Okay. Scary things happening to Everly. Like she drowned. She legit drowned. Like he drugged her. She was like totally like paralyzed in this like the tide's coming in. It's like a cave. The tide's coming in. She drowned. She legit drowned. Grady had to perform CPR. And oh my gosh, he was saying his face was as white as the moon above us, his eyes as glossy as the sea. Stay with me, he said again. A set of tears fell over his stubbled cheeks. Don't go, Everly. Hear me? Oh my, I'm weak. I'm weak. There's just something about like big, strong, burly men crying. I just can't. I'm weak. And I'm just like, he loves her so much.
Marry him immediately.
Marry him immediately. And then when he was saying like, I had no idea where you were. Yeah. Like he found her phone and that was it. Like
he was going to walk away from her area too. And he was standing.
Yeah, he's like where he was standing, he could not see. Like there was a cave there. The water was coming in. Like he could not see. And he just felt it. Like he's like, it was like a pulling. I need to go and check. And I was like, thank God you did. Like, oh my gosh. And then
the series would have ended, I would have been so upset.
Oh my gosh. Like, okay, so we have some comments, but it's like, I love Grady instinctivly knew where to find her. If that doesn't prove that they need to be together, 100%. They're soulmates. 100%. She saw the light and came back. Came the hell back for
oh, yeah. I mean, if Grady's the light, like I'm for it.
Yeah, 100%. And after this miraculous scene where he's like, you're a fighter, you're a fighter, stay with me now. I was like, I knew you could do it. And like page break 4 weeks later. I'm like, no, I need post-traumatic event cuddles right now. Like I need it.
And the worst part about this is that we are legit 4 weeks later. We don't even start talking about the case or why Quinn does what he did. And I was just like, okay, if we end the book without finding out details, like this book is going in the freezer and then maybe a fire and then I'm going to have to buy a new book that's going to go in the freezer again. I was
so crazy. I was like, why are you doing this to me? Why? Like my heart can't take it.
It killed me. Yeah, the 4 weeks later thing, I was just, I wanted to throw the book at that point. I was like, I need answers. Not 4 week later answers. I need them now answers.
I'm like, no ma'am, this doesn't work for me. No. So it's like, it ended up being like, he didn't mean to kill, Mitzi. He was just like trying to embarrass her, blah, 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 get more.
Stop. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, like kind of like a low, grade reason to kill somebody, but okay.
But let's just say, why, if you stabbed her and you made the mistake, would you put her in with the bees?
Right. Well, he didn't want to be caught at that point. He's like, he knew she was allergic. So I was like, they'll just think like she died of anaphylaxis.
They won't find that that's right. Sorry. I read this a week ago. It's all very fresh except for that little bit. I'm sorry. I failed you all. I'll go home now. I'm already home.
You're already home. Yep. The whole scene where they're at the wedding, I don't even know why they went to the wedding, but it's just because so we can have like an actual couple scene of them going together and
And then
dancing.
Ryan and
And he
Amelia
was
too.
so like worried about her. And he's like, "Are you sure you're okay? There's a lot of people here, loud noises. Like you had a traumatic experience." Like,
Yeah.
and she was saying like every night since the incident, they had been going on walks at night on the beach. And I'm like,
What's happening on the beach?
we couldn't have had one scene of that. Like,
I was like, it could be a makeout scene. That's all I need. Like, I don't need even the meatiest thing. I just need something. Little.
Yes.
I feel like
that's really sweet. That's really
I'm a
sweet.
little worm on a hook because I feel like I'm being skewered, and then I just want the fish to eat me at this point. And that's the scene that we're looking for. So I feel like she's just circling around it, and I'm just slowly being tortured on this little hook.
You want to get ate, huh?
Yeah. Definitely need to update this for not safe for children. I mean, technically the first hour could have been, but the air came on. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Thank God, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm sweating here, guys.
Sweating.
Too much information, but it's probably about 83 degrees in the house.
And still no kissing. Really?
I know. That's the thing that killed me. I was just like, okay, we ended the book with the kiss. There's got to be at least one in this book.
It's fade to black. It's off page.
I can't.
It's off
I
page.
can't.
It's when like they decide to leave. They decide to leave, and he has her grandma's letters, which I thought was really sweet. He got those from her, and it's like she's like, "You have my grandma's letters," and he's like, "No, you do." I'm like, "You're so sweet. Stop it."
Can I just say though, I was really upset when he was bringing her out to the car because I was like, he's bringing her out to the car, and then he's like, "I got 200 letters." I was like, no. I was like, yay, but also no.
I'm like, oh, that's really sweet. Can you like kiss her now? Like, honestly, please. Like,
I mean, she's probably traumatized and emotional, so she needs that kiss to get her back on track.
Yeah. Like, I threw my arms around his neck instead, and I knew our night was only going to get better. I'm just like, because of sex, right? Right? Come on. Come on. And yeah, Nicole, like seriously, like she's been hit over the head at least 4 times. She's been,
she's kidnapped everyone.
She got kidnapped, assaulted. Yeah, honestly, she drowned. Honestly, like this girl, like she has even like they even said in this book, like Grady was convinced like she has post-traumatic stress. I'm like, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, I think Bree did really well with that as well. Like the way that she was describing her last 4 weeks, like you could definitely tell that she was very traumatized by the situation. And I was like, thank you for writing that, because I feel like it would be something so easy to just brush under the rug. And I'm like, 100%. I would have been so disappointed. I'm like, I want it. That's what I love. And I know that we've touched on this before, but I love how real it seems. Like it's enough that it's not real, but it's real-ish.
Yeah.
So to go back to that again. Full circles again.
Full circle, like
together.
She's
like the rings on a bee.
Bree, like she's like Bree Baker, Julianne Lindsay, Jacqueline Frost, Julie Chase. You're a goddess. You're a goddess. Like
I'm really mad that our book sale did not have more cozy mysteries, because I'm gonna snap these all up.
I got this one. This was the only one.
Cat got one. Cat got your diamonds.
Yeah, her Julie Chase series is the cat ones. It's a Kitty Couture mystery.
Well, what is that, book 1?
This is book 1.
So in August, when we're finished reading the Twilight series, we should probably start that one.
Yeah, let's do it. Kitty Couture.
How many are in that series, though?
That I don't know. Let me find out really quick.
A slight sabbatical from all of our buddy reads for like a week or 2, maybe we can have like the first 3 books.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Kitty Couture mysteries.
And not enough time to send them to me.
1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4.
Wait, is there a 5th one coming out anytime soon?
The last book came out March 13th, 2019. So it's possible.
What was one before that?
2017.
Oh, so about 2 years?
Well, she released 2 books in 2017. The first book came out 2016.
Nicole knows me so well. I mean, you both know me so well, but
It says cat, so Chen is in.
100%. 100%.
It'd have to weigh on you. Oh, the traumatic events. So yeah, we're still talking about this. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
I like how we're already planning another month series. We're like, let's just add, well, if we talk about it now and we say that we're going to have all 4 of them read by like the first week of September, because I think for us, the Midnight Sun is going to be August 12th.
12th. Yes.
So that would give us, I mean, that would be a 3-week break. Ooh, that's a really long time. Maybe the last week of August. Start reading them now.
Yeah, absolutely. We can totally do that. Let me write it down because I will forget.
Because I'd like to read another book series by Bree Baker, Julie Frost, all of them. I can't remember all the names. I know you read them all, but I'd like to see some of the other series. I wonder which one was her first one. Now I'm really curious.
Cat Got Your Diamonds came out 2016, so I'm going to say that one.
Is she that new to writing? Fantastic. Excellent job.
Fantastic. Kristen says, I have PS, like, post-traumatic stress. Agree 100. Yes, I love it. Yeah. But, okay, so if we do want to do that, say first week of September, have all 4 books of the Kitty Couture mystery series read.
Yep, first.
Everybody, what do we say? And we do a live stream again like this? What's
the first one called again? Something about Cat Got Your Diamonds?
That's exactly it. Yep.
It has cat in the title. Of course I'm going to remember it. Diamonds. Amazon, have the whole series. I don't want a Kindle. Know me better than this. I want a physical copy.
Yes.
All right, was that too harsh?
No.
I don't want to download a sample. I want the book.
First week of September. Okay.
The paperback is $38. What was happening here?
$38?
Yeah.
Is it because I don't know?
The hardcover is only $17.99.
I mean,
hardcover it is.
Hardcover it is. Try others. Yes. Bree's in. Nicole Johnson's in. Alicia's in. I love it.
So it's happening.
All right. So the first Wednesday of September is the 2nd.
Buy all 3. Sorry, now I'm just looking at a bunch of them now.
Okay. So is that what the first Wednesday of September? Do we want to do that?
First Wednesday of September or the last Wednesday of August?
Let's do first Wednesday of September. September 2nd.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
1 left. Order now. So nervous.
Christine, here's your chance. Kitty.
Hey! Why are these so hard to get?
Sure.
Is there another place? Maybe I'll check Big Bookman. Oh, yeah, Bookman's. Barnes & Noble. You said that they do a book pickup? I want them now, even though we have like 4 months. But if I start it now, then I can start like notating.
It is your birthday.
True. All right.
Julie Trace. Okay.
So, text that to me so that I can create the event.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you'll have to create the live stream, and then we'll be ready to go, friends.
Yes, ma'am.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. We have the next like whole year. Should we keep going? Should we plan out the rest of the year, friends? What do we want to read in September?
What do we want to read?
But I like that we're mixing it up. Like we have, we did the YA. We've added this one in to do a little mystery. Next month is going to be romance. We're back to YA. We'll put back to mystery. I do like that. I like that we're mixing it up a bit. If you guys have suggestions for a book, I know we have kind of a whole cup full.
We have a cup full of books. But yeah, we're doing a bunch of different, stuff. Like we did, our first one was, the Grishaverse. And then we just did Daughter of Smoke and Bone. And so next month we're going to be doing the Lords of the Underworld series, which I'm so excited for.
Not the whole series. There's like 17,000 of those.
Yes. And then we're going to do, Twilight, because Midnight Sun is coming out in August. So yeah. And then another cozy mystery. Like, yeah, let's do it. We're getting all the genres. Yeah. We're getting all the genres in these buddy reads. So But
yeah, we had to tell people about this one because there's 4 of them. So prepare yourselves.
Yes, prepare.
Gotta let you know advance.
Yep. First Wednesday of September, Kitty Couture Mystery Series. Yes. All right.
Love the cat. I'll get Jack Ryan on here. Don't worry. He was sleeping under the bed, but he's since left the room.
Yes, since left.
But that was only about 10 minutes ago. He's been here the whole time. So I know that you guys haven't seen him, but he's been listening and he's loved your comments.
Yeah, he appreciates it. Oh, my air just came on too. All right. Any last minute things that we want to talk about with this series? Any book in the series that's anything you want to talk about that we have not we didn't discuss that you want us to discuss? Because if not, we've been going live for 2 hours, so we can probably
I know, I was just like, oh man, we went past our normal. Although technically the first half was spoiler free because we did go 45 minutes.
Just
proud of us. Them. Yeah, me too.
I love it. I love it.
I love that we got you hooked in like last week is when you started. You've already like booked it through as much as you can.
Yes, I love that too. And I was like, Nicole's serious. Like she
hopped on that train and she's like, I'm gone.
I love it. I can't wait until you get all caught up, and then we just anxiously await for book number 5.
What's the title of that one again?
Closely Harbored Secrets.
Louis is a pirate. I can see the cover, so I was like, I just need to remember the name.
See it in my brain. Let's see if I can pull it up. While I give Peeps a chance.
He's sitting on a chair.
While I give Peeps a chance to talk, we'll see if there's a good picture I can get. Hey, apparently not. It's not on Goodreads. We just know everything ahead of Goodreads, apparently.
Goodreads didn't have the description for this book, which I didn't read either. So, I mean, I can counter do this synopsis, but that's not going to work. So,
good night, Alicia. Thank you so much.
Thanks for joining.
You were a hoot and a half. You were a hoot and a half.
You win for the bee puns.
2 babies and work. Yeah, exactly. You booked it. Let me tell you.
Impressed.
Really love this series. So glad the next will be out this year. Yeah, me too. Honestly, honestly, if she can release, she's released 3 books this year because she released. Yeah, she released Pulp Friction, which is the second book in the Cider Shop Mystery, and then she released this one, and then Closely Harbored Secrets is being released as well. I mean, she is.
Get it, girl.
She's a machine. She is a machine.
And it's excellent too, because some authors will write it out and then like it just kind of starts to seem like all the series are the same. Granted, I haven't read anything else, but I feel like for each of these books at least, she's kept it fresh, and I've really enjoyed that.
Yes.
So, nice job.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Bev. Good night.
Bye.
And Bree, you're welcome. It was a lot of fun. This was a great live stream, and it had a lot to do with our viewers and comments and bee puns and sexual innuendos. I love it.
Yeah.
Alrighty, everyone. Well, thank you so much again. Again, I will be, every comment is an entry to win a signed copy of this wonderful book. I'll be going through that later on tonight and tomorrow to pick the winner. I'll just be, as long as you're okay with me giving your information to Bree Baker, because she will be sending those to you personally. Just expect either a DM for me on Twitter or wherever I can find you on social media. And thank you so much, everyone. Again, have a great night. Bree Baker, thank you so much for writing such an amazing series.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Keep it going. I love it.
Let's get Grady and Everly together the next time. Whoop, whoop.
It's got to happen. Book 5. Book 5.
At least a proposal. That's all I need. Well,
at least the proposal. I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for the marriage book. That's honest.
With the lemon cake recipe. I mean, at this point, it has to be. I know that it's probably not going to be, but
it's just speak it out to the universe, and it will be.
Yes, exactly.
All right, everyone. Have a great night. Thank you so much again.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.